So welcome to the St. Peter's Engineering College. Myself V. Gajendra, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. I'm going to be teaching the subject Surveying and Geomatics. In the today's session, I'm going to be discussing about the unit 2 leveling. In that, the subtopic is methods of reduction of levels. So methods of reduction of levels, how we are going to be calculating that the reduce the level or the elevations of the points from the staff reading. So from the staff reading, how we are going to be finding out the elevations of the points, or we are going to be called as the reduce the level. Today we are going to be reducing the level based upon the benchmark or the known elevation. Methods of reduction of levels. What are the various methods are available to finding out the elevations of the point? Finally, that is the output of the leveling survey or the leveling work is going to be getting that. We are going to be getting the staff reading. From the staff reading, we are able to get the elevation. Elevation is going to be called as vertical measurement. Vertical distance, we are going to measure vertical measurement or the vertical so height that we are going to be measuring through the leveling operation of the point on the surface of the earth, below the surface of the earth. That is the output we are going to calculate. Output we are going to be calculating from the leveling operation or the leveling survey. And then what are the methods are available? Here the two methods are available. The two methods are available. One is collimation method. Or height of instrument method. Height of instrument method. Second one is rise and fall method. So one is the collimation method or height of instrument method, HI method. Second one is the rise and fall method. These are the two methods we are going to be using to reduce the levels or to calculate the reduction of reduced level from the given staff readings or from the taken the staff readings on the field. We are going to be converting and we are going to finding out the elevation of the point. So what are the advantages and disadvantages by using the collimation method or the height of instrument method? Similarly, rise and fall method. What is the procedure, step-by-step procedure? Now we are going to be discussing. So first one is going to be called as the height of instrument method. So first you have to understand that the height of instrument is not the true vertical height of the instrument from the ground. It is going to be with respect to the line of collimation. With respect to line of collimation, what is the height will be there, that we are going to be called the height of instrument method. So this is the instrument. This we are going to be called as line of collimation. So this is we are going to be called the height of instrument. So height of instrument is not the true vertical distance from the ground to the height of the instrument. It is the vertical distance between the ground to the line of collimation that we are going to be called as height of instrument. So this is going to be we are going to be calculating for each and every setup of the instrument. So then from that we are going to be calculating the elevation. How we can able to do that? In the height of instrument method, first we had to be the first step is that known elevation. So that is known as the benchmark. So we had to start the process of the calculation. For the calculation of the elevations of the reduced levels is going to be starting from the known elevation, that is going to be called as benchmark. So from the benchmark, so what we are going to be taking to the first reading, we are going to be taking to the backside reading. Benchmark plus backside reading, that it is going to be QC as the height of the instrument. So benchmark is a known elevation. For that, we are going to add the reading is going to be called backside reading. BS is going to be called as backside reading. Backside reading. Then we are going to be getting that the height of instrument or the one setup of the instrument. If any, how many number of times we are going to be shifting the instrument, that many height of instruments we are going to be getting. So once you know that the height of instrument minus intermediate site, we are able to get that the reducer level or elevation of that point, intermediate site. Similarly, height of the instrument minus foresight is going to be, we are going to be getting at the reduced level of the point. This is we are going to call height of instrument method, process of height of instrument method. First, we have to start from the known elevation. For known elevation is the benchmark, is the known elevation that we are going to add the first reading is going to be called a backside reading. Then we are able to get the height of the instrument. From the height of the instrument, intermediate reading is going to be subtracted. Then we are going to be getting that the reduced level or the elevation of that point. Similarly, if it is height of the instrument minus or the subtracted from foresight, then it is going to be getting the reduced level of that point. Here the question is that what is the intermediate site and what is the foresight? So the instrument over here. So I'm going to be taking the readings on the benchmark from the instrument. So I'm going to be taking the reading. So this is the first reading. Always it is going to be called as backside reading. First reading on the known elevation benchmark, we are going to be called as, so the benchmark that reading we are going to be called as backside. So now I'm going to be taking, this is the point, this is another point, this is another point, this is the last point. So now I'm going to be taking the reading on the staff over here, this staff reading, and staff reading. So I'm going to be taking the reading, and taking the reading. So this is going to be called as intermediate site reading, and this is the foresight. So the last reading is going to be called as before shifting of the instrument, that we are going to be called as a foresight reading. First is going to be called as this is the first one, and this is the last one. So the first reading, always it is going to be called as backside reading. Last reading, always it is known as the first reading, we are going to call it backside reading. So this is one setup of the instrument. We are going to be taking the staff reading on various locations. So this is intermediate site reading. So intermediate site reading is readings between backside and foresight. So in this way, we are going to be defining that what is meant by the backside reading, what is meant by the foresight reading, what is meant by the intermediate site reading. IS is the intermediate site reading. So the first reading backside is always known elevation. So known elevation. So that is another benchmark. So backside reading always we are going to take it out the first reading, and first reading always we are going to take on the known elevation, that is benchmark. Last reading is, and the intermediate site reading, all that is are all unknown elevation. This is unknown, this is unknown, this is unknown, and this is unknown. Intermediate site reading and the foresight reading all are the unknown. So unknown elevations. Known elevation is benchmark. From that we are going to be carried out progress of the work. We are going to be taking the staff readings, intermediate site, then foresight is the last reading before shifting of the instrument. In between that, the backside and foresight, whatever staff readings we are going to be taking with the instrument, leveling instrument, we are going to call it intermediate site readings. So this is about what is the backside, what is the foresight, and what is the intermediate site reading. So intermediate site reading and foresight readings are unknown elevation points. So now we understand that what is the backside reading, what is the foresight reading, and what is the intermediate site reading. Now we will go for the height of instrument method. Height of instrument method. So the height of instrument equals to RL of known elevation, RL of known elevation so that is the benchmark plus backside reading. RL of known elevation is benchmark plus backside reading is going to be giving height of instrument. So then I want to get the reducer levels of the point. Reducer level, RL is going to be called as a reducer level of any point is height of instrument minus intermediate site or height of instrument minus foresight. So this is the process we are going to be. So I want to calculate height of the instrument. RL of known elevation plus backside reading is going to be giving the height of the instrument. Reduce the level of any point in the progress of the work. So the process of the work. If it is intermediate site, so from the height of the instrument, it is going to be subtracted. You can able to get the reduced level or elevation of that point. Similarly, so if it is a foresight is the reading is going to be taken, so then it is going to be subtracted from height of the instrument. We are able to get so reduced level or elevation of that point. So it means it is giving that the intermediate site and foresights are always could be subtracted from the height of the instrument. So you are able to get that the reduced level or elevation of that point. So then after we are going to be calculating that the height of the instrument, then we are going to be calculating our reduced levels. Then we had to be apply the check, arithmetical check. Arithmetical check of height of instrument method. Arithmetical check for height of instrument method is sigma bs equals to sigma fs equals to last LRL minus first FRL. Sigma bs minus sigma fs equals to last RL minus FRL. So this is last reduced level LRL. So first reduced level. So summation of the all back sides from the first point to the last point. Similarly, summation of the four sides from first point to the last point. So equals to the last reduced level minus first reduced level. Because we are already calculated from the staff reading. So what is the reduced levels of all the points we are going to calculate? Then only we are going to applying that this arithmetical check of height of instrument method, whether we did correct or not. So this is where I had to be clarifying, we had to be verifying that calculated elevations is right or not. So for that is going to be helpful. Then if it is not matching, sigma summation of all the backsides minus summation of all the forces is not equal to last reducer level minus first reducer level. Means somewhere we did a mistake for the calculation of the reducer level or elevations of the point. So that is why we had to go for recalculation. We had to be checked that we did a mistake or the elevations are wrong. So then we are, for that purpose, the check is going to be helpful. So this is the arithmetical check we are going to be applying to the use of the height of instrument method. Now the next important is going to be called how we are going to be entering the field book based on the field measurements, entering of the readings. In field notebook. So this is the most important one, the field notebook or the field book, survey field level field book. So we can call it as the level field book. Level field book. So the level field book will be comprised of like this. Chain backside reading, intermediate site reading, foresight reading, then height of instrument, reducing level. So this is the, if sometimes the changes is going to be given from first point to the last point. What is the change? 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meters, 20 meters. So that is changes. So then the backside reading, BS is the backside reading, IS is the intermediate site reading. What is the foresight reading? Height of the instrument. So because we are going to be using the height of instrument method, that's why we are going to be using height of instrument and reduce the level. And last column will be the remarks. Last column we are going to be using as the remarks. After this, the remarks we are going to be entering that in the remarks column, we have to write that it is going to be called as known elevation of the benchmark, change point, all that we are going to be writing in the remarks column. So always how the table will be there is that the railway 100 is the benchmark. 100 is the benchmark. Always we are going to take the backside reading. This is the backside reading. So of 1.50. So first reading is backside, that will be taking on the benchmark. That's why the first row will be there 1.5. So for the intermediate side, I am going to be taking as 2.5. Then I am taking the foresight reading 3.7. So in intermediate foresight reading is going to be taken means it is the last reading. 3.7 is the last reading. This is the first reading. So the foresight is going to be indicating that the shifting of the instrument. Then so similar fashion here it is going to be called as, so the 0.75 is the backside reading. So foresight, if you entered, then it's the same row. We are going to be entering the reading of the backside reading. But this comes as, we are going to be called as change point. This is going to be called as change point. We are going to be shifting the instrument. When the shifting of the instrument, where the last reading is going to be taken, in the same place, we are going to be taking that backside reading. Means change point will be having two staff readings, but next previously we can able to see each and everywhere you are going to be getting only one staff reading will be there. So in the only change point only we are able to get the foresight and the back side. Then intermediate side 0.9. So then once again it is going to be foresight 2.4. So then it is going to be the last point, end point, ending the work. Or if it is going to be continuing, once again in here we are going to be entering into the backside. So this is the form of level field book. So level field notebook, how we are going to be entering is always entering with the first reading is the backside. Then if any intermediate site is there, next we are going to be entering intermediate site. Next is the foresight. Foresight is the last reading for the first setup of the instrument. Then corresponding to that one, we are entering that the backside, that gives us the change point. Now we will work out the one simple problem to understand that the height of instrument concept. height of instrument concept, height of instrument method. So there is a remarks, back side, intermediate side, foresight reading, height of the instrument. Then the reduced level, then the last column is going to be called as remarks. Last column is going to be called as remarks. So this is the level field book, format of the level field book. So I am taking that the backside reading is the first reading of 1.50 and the reduced level is 100. So that is we are going to be called as, in the reverse column we are going to writing as benchmark. This is the reduced level is 100. So now the intermediate side taken as 2.5. Then one more intermediate side is going to be taken as 2. Then fourth side is going to be taken as 3. So then the backside is going to be taken as 3.5. Then intermediate side we have taken as 0.8. Then fourth side is going to be one more, it is taken as 1.7. Then it is going to end with 2.8. So this is the how we are going to be taking the reading, staff readings. First reading taken backside on the benchmark. Then the intermediate side is taken 2.5. And one more intermediate side has taken 2.0. So then 3.0 is the foresight, corresponding that one 3.5, 0.8, 1.7, and 2 is the end of the work. So this I am going to be taking as considered as the benchmark. Then I am going to be taking as this one is going to be called as point A. So this is point B. This is point C, point D, point E, and point F. Now, so the benchmark elevation is known and backside is known. Height of instrument we are going to be calculated. From the height of instrument, we are going to be calculating height. So this is the A, RL of A, reduced level is we don't know. Similarly, reduced level of B, we don't know. Reduced level of C, we don't know. D, we are going to be calculating. E, we are going to be calculating. And F, we are going to be calculating. By using that the height of the instrument. Only we know that the reduced level of the benchmark, only we know that one. From that, we are going to be starting the calculating the height of the instrument. Then from the height of the instrument, we are going to be calculating reduced levels. Now, how we will start the height of the instrument? Height of the instrument for first setup of the, here this is this, here the C is one more change point, and this is the last point. This is the last point. Now height of instrument is going to be coming. So here once and here second time, two height of the instrument is going to be coming with the end with the 2.8. Now 100 plus 1.5 is going to be giving us your height of instrument. So the height of instrument is going to be benchmark plus 1.5. So there is my height of instrument is 101.5. Height of instrument is 101.5. So after the height of the instrument calculated, already we saw that one from the height of the instrument, intermediate side reading will be subtracted and foresight reading also is going to be subtracted. We are able to get that the reduce the level or elevation of that point. Now 1.5 minus 2.5. So that is the reduced level of this point is 99. Reduced level of this point is 99. Similarly, this is also we are going to be subtracted. One more intermediate side will be there. So from the height of the instrument 101.5 minus 2. 101.5 this is so 99.5 is the reduced level of the point. Then 101 and minus 1. Foresight also the same height of the instrument or the same setup of the instrument we are going to be taking. So 1.5, 1.5, 2.52 and 3.0. That's why from the height of the instrument, only once I have one height of the instrument 1. From that we are going to be subtracting that the intermediate set and foresight. 101.5 minus 3. So 98.5. So 98.5 is there. Now, so here the change point, we know that the elevation of the C point known. So then adding this 98.5, we are going to add it. We are going to be getting the second height of the instrument. This is the first height of the instrument. Now we are going to calculate the second height of the instrument is 98.5 plus 3.5. 98.5 plus 3.5. So here the height of the instrument is 102. So the next height of the instrument is 102 because already we know that the higher elevation is going to be known. So from this 102, I'm going to be subtracting this one, and this one. I'm going to be getting the elevation of D, elevation of E, and the elevation of F. Now 98.5, 102 minus 0.8. 102 is the height of the instrument minus intermediate side is 0.8. So 101.2 is the elevation of D point. 101.2. 101.2. Next 102 minus 1.7. 1.7. 100.3. 100.3 is the elevation. Then elevation of last point is 102 minus 2.8. 102 minus 2.8. 99.2. 99.2. So now I had calculated all the elevations of the point by using the known reduce the level of the benchmark by using the height of the instrument. So now I had to be checked that whether I had calculated 99.99.89 and 101.95, whether I calculated the elevations of all the points is right or not. I am going to apply the check is sigma of Bs minus sigma of Fs will be equals to LRL minus FRL. LRL minus FRL. Sum of the back sides will be minus sum of the four sides equal to LRL minus FRL. So it is going to satisfy the equation. Then whatever we calculated the elevations is right by using the height of the instrument. Now I do the sum 1.5 plus 3.5. So this is sigma Bs is 5. And what are the four sets are there? This is 3 and this is 2 is 5.8. Sigma of the four sides is 3 plus 2, 5.8. So sigma of back sides is equals to 5.1. So now I'm going to substituting over here. Sigma bs is 5 minus sigma four sides is 3 to 5.8 equals to, what is the last RL? Last RL is the 99.2. What is the first RL is 100. Now we can able to check it. So this 5 minus 5.8 is minus 0.8 equals 99.2 minus 100 also is minus 0.8. So then whatever we calculated the elevations of the point is right by using the height of the instrument method. So in this way we are going to be calculating that the height of the instrument. By using the height of the instrument we are going to be calculating the elevation or reduce levels of the points. This is a very simple method to, after we are going to be conducting that the level survey, taking the readings are noted down in the field notebook. Coming to the office, we are going to be calculating that the elevation or the reduced levels, and we have to be apply the check whether we calculate correct or not. If it is not matching, it is not going to be satisfying. So then once again we have to go to the field. So and we have to be redo that the process of the work, calculation of the redo that the taking the level, taking the staff readings once again, and once again you have to be noted down in the field notebook. Then we have to be check till it is going to be satisfies. The equation, the arithmetic check is going to be satisfies. So this is about what is the height of instrument method. So now I will show that the diagram, from the diagram how I can able to calculate, very simple diagram how I am going to be calculating that the elevations of the points. Now I shown in the tabular column how we are going to be entering that the staff readings, from that the staff readings how we are going to be calculating that the height of the instrument and reduce levels. Now simple diagram. So this is the benchmark 100. One staff reading is backside staff reading. I am going to be taking as 0.5. One more intermediate site at the point A, intermediate site at point B, foresight and backside, intermediate site and foresight. A, B, C, D and E. This is the ground. So I'm going to be keeping over the instrument over here. I'm taking the readings. Then I'm going to be shifting the instrument. Next readings I am going to consider. Means here, so this is one instrument, this is another setup of the instrument. So this is where going to be called as change point. The change point will be having that the two reading foresight of the previous setup and back side of the next reading. The intermediate side foresight is the last reading. Foresight reading is the last reading by E. So means here height of the instrument 1, height of the instrument 2. 2 will be coming this first position and this is for the second position. For this 0.5, this is I am going to be taking as 1.7. This is 2.5, 3.2, 0.8, 1.2, 3.6. These are the readings. So the benchmark is given as 100. Backside reading of the backside reading, intermediate side reading, Intermediate site reading has taken foresight, backside reading, intermediate site foresight. So there on the benchmark I has taken 100. What is the staff reading is 0.5. Intermediate site reading at the point A 1.7, point B 2.5, and the point C foresight is taken because next the instrument is going to be shifted. That's why 3.2. Next instrument is second position. Then I have taken the reading is 0.8 backside reading. Intermediate site reading 1.2 and foresight reading is 3.6. Now, so our objective is that one. What is RL of this one? What is reducer level of this one? What is the reducer level of this one? What is the reducer level of this one? And what is the reducer level of this one? Reducer level, or we can say the elevations of the A point, elevation of the B point, elevation of the C point, elevation of the D point, and elevation of the E point. I have to be calculated by using the benchmark of known elevation. This is benchmark of known elevation. This is the known elevation. From this known elevation, I have to be calculate elevation of A, elevation of B, elevation of C, elevation of D, and elevation of E by using that the height of instrument method. By using that the height of instrument method. By using height of instrument method. So now what we have to do that first, we know that the elevation of the point, known elevation. For the known elevation, we are going to add it. We are able to get the height of the instrument 1. For this height of the instrument 1 equals to RL of BM plus backside reading I am able to get. This is the known elevation. I want to know this elevation means I have to get height of the instrument first. From the height of the instrument, intermediate side and the foresights are subtracted. Now RL of BM is 100 plus what is the staff reading is 0.5. So 100.5. 100.5. Now I have to calculate RL of A. RL of A equals to height of the instrument HI1 first depth minus intermediate site reading at A. Intermediate site reading at A. Height of instrument 1 is 100.5 minus what is the intermediate site reading is 1.7. So 100.5 minus 1.7. So 98.8. So now RL of A is, we got it as 98.8. 98.8. So your height of instrument is 100.5. With the reading is taken from this here only. That's why we are taking the height of instrument 1. So next second reading also from this setup only we are taken. So once again RL of B equals to same height of instrument we have to be used. Height of instrument 1 minus intermediate site at B. Intermediate site at B. So height of the instrument is 100.5 minus intermediate site at B is 2.5. 100.5 minus 2.5. So 98. So 98.0 is the RL of B. So this is 98. Now next is, see, from same instrument, from the same setup, I am taking the foresight reading is 3.2 is the last reading. So height of instrument minus foresight reading at C. So then what is going to happen? 100.5 minus foresight is 3.2. So 100.5 minus 3.2. 97.3. So now RL of C also is known. So this is 97.3. Now after that, so we move, the instrument is moved to the second position. Then once again I had to be calculated what is the height of instrument 2. So now height of instrument 2 is RL of C. This is known as RL of C, we know that one. That's why we are going to take it as RL of C. RL of C point, this point is known. So previous setup, RL of C plus backside. So what is the RL of C? This is the RL of C, 97.3, 97.3 plus what is the backside reading is 0.8. Now I calculate height of instrument 2. For the second setup, I calculate height of the instrument, 97.3 plus 0.8. So 98.1. So now height of instrument I got it, RL of C got it, and then RL of D I had to be calculated. So RL of D equals to height of instrument 2, second setup minus intermediate side, height of instrument 2 minus intermediate side at D. Height of instrument is 98.1 minus intermediate side reading is 1.2. So 98.1 minus 1.2. So 96.9. So 96.9 RL of D. RL of D. Now I am going for the last point RL of D, then RL of E. RL of E, I want to know the elevation of this point from this location. That's why I have used height of instrument 2. Height of instrument 2 minus foresight reading of 3.6. Into foresight reading at E. Foresight reading at E. So there is 98.1 minus 3.6. 98.1 minus 3.6. So 94.5. So this is 94.5. So 94.5. So this reading is RL of E is 94.5. So now I had to apply the check whether I did correct or not. Sigma Bs minus sigma Fs equals to LRL minus FRL. So sigma Bs is, this is one Bs is there and one more Bs is here. So 0.5 plus 0.8 minus foresights. Here foresight is 3.2. Last one is 3.6. So 0.8 plus 1.3 minus 6.8 equals to last RL is 94.5. 94.5 and first RL is 100. So 6.8 minus 1.3. So 5.5. So this value is 5.5. So minus 5.5. And here also minus 5.5. Now I got that the arithmetical check is going to be proved. Arithmetic is going to be matching. Sigma backsides minus sigma foresights will be equals to last reducer level minus first reducer level. So I did so with the diagram how the readings, how the staff readings is taken in the field. Based on that one, so I calculated the elevations of A, elevation of B, elevation C, D, and E. Previously, I put into the tabular column, that is the level field book. From that also, there are the two ways are there. From that also, so I'm going to be how we are going to be calculating the tabular column. So if it is going to be known elevation of benchmark, from that known elevation of the benchmark, we are going to added the backside reading. We are able to get the height of the instrument. From the height of the instrument, you are going to subtract it that the foresight or the intermediate side. We are going to be getting the reduce the level of particular that point, which point will be required to reduce the level or elevation. That point we are going to calculate subtracting from the height of the instrument. We know that elevation of that point. So this is the process we are going to be using for the height of instrument method, or we are going to be called as line of collimation method. Line of collimation method. So this is the simple way to calculate how we are doing the calculations. Now next one is going to be called as rise and fall method. Second method is going to be called as rise and fall. Rise and fall method for the calculation of the elevations. So this we are going to be doing is calculation of reduced level or elevation of that point. Rise and fall method we are going to be doing either height of the instrument method or rise and fall method we are going to be using to know that reduce the level. RL is going to be called reduce the level or the elevation of that point. So how we will do that? The rise and fall method. So in the rise and fall method, the term itself is going to be giving rise. When we are able to get the rise, when you are going to get the fall. So now your ground profile will be like this. So this is rise, this is fall, this is rise, and this is fall. If I am going to be taking the instrument over here, what is the reading here? So if I am going to be keeping the instrument over here, this is the ground level. So this is the point A, point B, point C, and point D. Now this is the level at the point 1, second, third point, and 3. 3 positions are there. So I have taken that one is so backside reading on benchmark. Then this is here foresight, and here once again backside reading, foresight, backside reading, and last one is going to foresight. Now here the reading is, so rise means always when you can get the rise reading, the reading is low reading, low value. Low value is going to be gives that the your ground is going to be rise. Low reading is going to be, you can see that here is the low reading. So this is so 0.5. Low reading is this is 0.5. And this is going to be called as a depression will be. This is rising one, this is depression, rising, and the depression will be there. Wherever the depression is going to fall will be there, depression will be there, and the reading will be more. Here I am able to get that 2.7. Now here we go for the backside reading. So once again, so backside reading also is more, and here it is going to get a, so here it is 2.6. Here once again, here again the rise will be there, then we are going to be getting 0.4, and then we are able to get it is 1.2, and the fall will be there, it is 3.5. So these are the readings will be there. So rise, your staff reading will be low reading. Low reading always represent the rise. So that is a high position. Low reading is going to be with there is a low level is going to be giving high reading itself. So then, so we are going to be subtracting the consecutive staff readings, comparing the comparing the consecutive readings, that is 0.5 and 2.7, 2.7 and 2.6, 2.6 and 0.4. We are going to be comparing, so we are able to get that. So if you are going to be getting value, you are going to do the comparison. Minus value we are going to be getting. So we are going to be called as that is going to comes under the fall. Positive value, the difference between the 2 points for the positive value you are going to be getting, that we are going to call as rise. So positive value, there is the difference of the two values, you are getting the positive is rise. Difference of the two values, consecutive readings, difference of the two consecutive readings, you are going to be getting the -1 is going to be called as a fall. So difference of the consecutive readings, the positive one, so that is going to be called as rise. So a rise is going to be added to the reducer level, and so the fall is going to be subtracted to the reducer level. Now I'm going to be seeing that. So here we are going to be taking that the first reading is 0.5. So if you are going to be entering into the tabular column, backside reading, intermediate site, foresight, rise, fall, RL. So this is the tabular column for the rise and fall method. Backside reading is 0.5. I'm taking the benchmark is 100. Then the next point is 2.7. Foresight 2.7. Then the backside is 2.6. Next is the foresight 0.4. Backside is 1.2. And the last is going to be foresight 3.5. Now how we are going to doing the comparison is comparison like this, comparison like this, and comparison like this. Consecutive readings. So 0.5 minus 2.7. Now what I am doing is 0.5 minus 2.7. 0.5 minus 2.7. So minus 2.2. So minus 2.2 is going to be minus 2. Minus value is going to be coming. So that is going to become as a fall. So 2.2 minus 2.2. Then I'm going to taking the 2.6 and 0.4. Compare the 2.6 and 0.4. 2.6 minus 2.6 minus 0.4. So that is positive 2.2. I'm going to be comparing 2.6 and 2.4. This point is in the rise level. So here I'm going to 0.5 and 2.7. This point is, so this point is on the low level. That's why it's going to be getting 0. So plus 2.2 means rise. That's 1.2 and 3.5. 1.2 minus 3.5. 1.2 minus 3.5. 2.3. So minus 2.3. So 2.3. So minus value 2.3 is going to be getting the fall. So how many points are going to be getting a fall? This is 1 point, and these are the 2 points. 2 points are in the fall. 1 and 2 points are fall. So 1 point will be on the rise. This is the point will be on the rise. Here we are going to be comparing this one and this one, comparing this one and this one, comparing this one and this one. That's why two depression point. This one is the depression point and this one is the depression point. Rise is only one. This is only the rise. So we are going to be comparing this to this to this, and this to this. So that is the consecutive readings we are going to be comparing, and we are going to be corresponding value. If it is getting negative value, right into the fall, you are going to be getting the positive value right into the rising. So now you know that elevation of the first point 100. 100 minus, now I want to get what is the elevation of this point. Elevation of A, we know that one. Elevation of this B point, elevation of the C, and elevation of the D. So this is starting point A. So this is B, this is C, and this is D. RL of A is known is 100. Now RL of B I have to be calculated 100 minus 2.2. So it is in the fall 100 minus 2.2. So 97.8. So this value is 97.8. Now what I have to do? 97.8 here, positive value is 2.2 is the rise. Then I have to add it. 97.8 plus 2.2. So this value is elevation of that point is 100. Then minus 2.3. 100 minus 2.3 is the fall. 100 minus 2.3. So 97.7. 97.7 is the elevation of the D point. Now here also the check will be the arithmetic check will be there. Arithmetical check. So sigma Bs minus sigma Fs equals to sigma rise minus sigma fall. That will be equals to LRL minus FRL. So this is the arithmetical check we are going to be using for rise and fall method. Sigma, sum of the backsides minus sum of the foresides will be equal to sum of the rises minus sum of the falls equal to LRL minus FRL. Now sigma Bs, how many backsides are there? 3 backsides are there. So this is the sigma value. So sigma is 4.3. So 4.3 minus 4 sides. 2.7 plus 0.4 plus 3.5. 6.6 equal to sigma rise, only one is there, 2.2. Summation of the falls, 2.2 and 2.3. 4.5 equals to last RL is 97.7 minus first RL is 100. Now 6.6 minus 4.3, 2.3. So minus 2.3 equals to 4.5, 2.2 minus 2.3 equals to 100 minus 97.7. So this is also minus 2.3. So all the three values is going to be matching, is going to be coinciding with that one. So then whatever we calculated elevations is right. RL of A is known one, RL of B, RL of C, and RL of D, RL reduced level of D is right with respect to the rise and fall method. So this is very simple way while you're going comparing with the height of instrument method of the height of collimation method. There we are going to be using, so the height of the instrument, based on that one we are going to be calculating that the elevations of the point or reduced levels of the point. Here we are going to be comparing that the corresponding staff readings, that is the consecutive staff readings. From that, if you are able to get that the difference is going to be getting the negative one, that comes another fall. Difference of the consecutive readings is getting positive, then it is going to be called as rise. If the rise is there, we are going to add it to that reduced level. If so, fall will be there, subtracted to the the reduced level. So in that way, we are going to be calculating elevation of all the points or reduced levels of all the points. So the only main important thing is that one, while first you have to be enter properly into that the level field book. So then we have to be the comparison we are going to be taking comparison is taking place with consecutive readings. If you do that, the difference of this one and this one, 2.7 and 2.6 is same readings we are taken on the same place, same point. So we cannot take, that is the change point. If you take the difference of this one, so then your elevation is goes wrong. You did wrong, you did a mistake, and you are going to be getting that wrong elevation. So that's why very carefully we are to be entering into the field book. Then, so we are to be calculating the elevations is, so comparing with the consecutive readings and with respect to the reduced level, whether it is going to comes as the rise or comes as the fall. If it is rise positive, if the difference is positive, then it is going to be rise. The difference is negative, then it is going to becomes as the fall. So these are the two methods we are going to use to know to finding out the reduced level of the point or elevations of the point. One is one is going to be called height of instrument method or line of collimation method, and second one is rise and fall method. In height of instrument method, so say what the arithmetical check is summation of back sides minus summation of four sides equal to last reduced level minus first reduced level. While in the case of rise and fall method, we are going to be adding one more equation is summation of rises minus summation of falls. Summation of, that is sigma of bs minus sigma of fs equals to sigma of rise minus sigma fall equal to last reduced level minus first reduced level. So this is the two methods are available to know that the reduction of the levels or to finding out the elevations of the points. So next session we will go for the some more problems to understand the concept. So how if this sloping ground will be there, how we are going to be calculating the reduction of the levels. Then the last topic is going to be called as curvature of the earth. We are going to be called as so the refraction and as well as the curvature effects that you are going to be considering while you are going to be calculating that the reduction of levels or the reduced levels or elevation of the points. Thank you.